going to do a visual condition report, so we're looking for scuffs, scratches, chips, dings, any cosmetic imperfections that we can find. So this car does not have any PPF on it. Now you'll have little trim pieces that do, but there's no full body PPF on here. And so it has sustained a few tiny rock impacts, but really that's about it. This car is a high 9 out of 10. I probably rated a 9.7 out of 10 condition inside and out. Zero curb rash on any of the wheels. I don't see any flaws on these body panels except this side mirror. If you get super close, you have that one rock impact. Zero rock impacts anywhere else on all of that. Now here on the front, you're gonna have a few. And then right here on the very edge of that splitter, you're gonna have a tiny spot of rash, and the same on the other. But I'll scan through these panels up close just so you can see. And just see how beautiful this is. And then I'll show you those little flaws up close again. Looks amazing. Zero curb rash on that. Absolutely gorgeous. Calipers look amazing. All of that is very clean. You have PPF here on that very edge protecting it. It looks like it stops about right there. When you get up close to this, you can see how clean it is. A-pillar looks good. Like I said, here on the side mirror, tiny little impact there. The rest of that looks good. You do have a little piece of film here from the factory protecting that. This wheel, absolutely perfect. Just scanning all of this. I've already spent about 20 minutes with this car, inches away, just looking through all the details, trying to find any imperfections, and this thing is just super, super clean. If you get up close and in the perfect lighting, you're going to see a couple of small rock impacts. This is a perfect candidate to do that matte PPF on it, so you can preserve that color but fully protect it. And I don't think you're going to see any of these tiny little impacts if you do that. Get down low here, you're going to see a couple small impacts. Like I said, all very subtle. You have one right there, tiny one here. Really depends on the angle, and they kind of disappear. The rest of that is perfect. So let's get under here on that splitter. Like I said, very edge right here does have some rash. When you get under it, you're going to see a little bit more on that lower section. You're going to see a little bit underneath here. And then a tiny spot on the edge right there. This is about a foot off the ground. And you're not going to see really any of that, especially at eye level here. Besides that, everything else on this car is perfect. I've scanned all of this, the back of it, these wheels, fender. There's nothing to pick apart on this side. Zero curb rash. Side mirror is absolutely perfect. A-pillar looks good. The door is perfect, door edge is nice. Like I said, nothing else to pick apart. All right, looking at the interior, it is a non-smoker. That door panel looks amazing. All of this is perfect. That's nice and clean. A few tiny scuffs here, otherwise that looks really good. That looks nice. Very clean. All of that looks good here on the seat back. That's perfect. Just see how clean those are. It looks brand new. Floor mat looks good. Got the carbon here around that cluster. Just kind of scanning through this. So far I don't see any flaws. All of that's perfect. I don't see any separation. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, here on the passenger panel, absolutely gorgeous. I'm not seeing any flaws there. This trim looks good. Looking at the seat, I do see a really light mark here, and that might come off. I'm not quite sure. That's the only marking on this entire seat. Everything else looks perfect. Carpets look amazing. Dash looks good. I don't feel any separation. This side of the console looks good. So if you had to pick apart anything, it would just be that little mark. Besides that, this is really, really clean. All right, checking out the engine bay. Just gonna scan through some of this. There's the chassis number. And then here is the color for this matte paint